And he goes, we got to go up the hill. So we go up this hill and you make a turn and there's this big building. I'm going, that's a pretty obscure building. And I see 5150 painted on the side of the building. I'm like, oh, that's the studio. The 5150 Studios, Ed Studios on his property. I said, that's a studio? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'll give you a tour of that later. I said, awesome. Out of the corner of my eye, I see somebody walk out of the building, but I'm not paying attention to anybody. And I'm looking at the car, I'm in it, I'm under the hood, I'm climbing underneath the car. I'm like, yeah, man, it's a nice car, we'll figure out something. And I see this guy standing kind of over here out of my, just on my peripheral. And I thought he was a handyman or some housekeeper guy, the guy's got a strap-on light on his head with LEDs. He's wearing a pair of magnifying reader glasses, and he's just standing there. And I got my head under the hood. And Matt says, oh, Joe, he goes, I want you to introduce you to Ed. And I'm like, Eddie Van Halen, I get to meet my rock star hero. And I turn, and it's this guy with short hair, a light on his head, and magnifying glasses. And he goes, hey, how you doing, Ed Van Halen? I'm like, oh, Ed, how you doing? He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I'm working on a guitar. He goes, my eyesight's not what it used to be. He takes the things off, takes the readers off. I know, Eddie, when you picture Eddie Van Halen, what do you think of? You think Eddie Van Halen, 80s, ripped jeans, sleeveless T-shirt, long hair, ripping a guitar, right? Well, this is 2010 Eddie Van Halen, 2009 Eddie Van Halen. The short hair, subdued. And I was like, wow, Ed, how you doing? And he was the nicest guy in the world. So we're looking at the Nomad. He's telling me about the car, and I see the license plate. License plate on the Nomad says SHESMAD. I'm like, so what's with the plate? What's with the play on names? Ed goes, it's a good story. He goes, let me tell you. He goes, I bought this car for my first wife, for Valerie. It was Valerie Bertinelli's car. We had plans on a Saturday night to go to dinner with some friends. He goes, I find this car in the Auto Trader for sale at like 4 in the afternoon in L.A. I jump my motorcycle and I run down to go look at it. He goes, meanwhile, Valerie's blowing up my phone because we have to go to dinner with some friends. Long story short, I buy the car, have it flatbed at home, 8 o'clock at night. We didn't go to dinner. She is pissed off at me. The car got named SHESMAD, and it stuck with the car, and that was her car, for years. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So that was a good story when we went to sell the car.
I'm missing a third of my tongue.
Right.
Because they butchered me.
I didn't know that.
Hey, you're talking pretty good, though.
Yeah,
That's good.
Well, you know what's funny? I sound the same way as when I used to be up. I don't think I'm up, but I'm not.
And you didn't even quit smoking after you got cured, right?
No, because smoking didn't cause it.
How do you know that?
Because a metal charge to a metal, electric charge, EMF, electromagnetic field, or electromagnetic energy, which I live in about 14 to 18 hours a day in my recording studio with a metal pick hanging out of my mouth. It's basically like playing golf in a lightning storm.
You're saying a metal pick gave you tongue cancer?
Yeah.
Because it picked up the radiation from all the equipment you use?
That's right.
This is crazy. This is wild.
I've heard weirder shit.
I'm missing a third of my tongue.